My conversation. I know you can't do it later. So what I want to do is I want to set you up for success, because this is a moment in which we've never done this in Black Genius. Well, we have set the stage interview style. And so that you can become present for those who are new to Black Genius. Black Genius is the opportunity for folks to be celebrated for their dopeness. In other words, we've had artists, creatives. We've never had teachers get celebrated, aka educators. Black Genius is an opportunity for us to put someone else in the spotlight. And so today our spotlight, or this evening, our spotlight is going to be on educators. About a week ago was Teacher Appreciation Week. But I bet you that all of you in here at some point have had a moment with an educator that changed the course of your life. You better get it. You better yell that name. Get it. And so now I'm going to bring to the stage a few key players in the world. And they're key because they are educating our future. They have dedicated their lives and their careers to saying yes, yes, or yes and, which is all important. And so this interview conversation is going to be me asking them a few questions. Again, because they're so used to being at the front and guiding. Well, I wanted to do a little different, right? I wanted to bring them here to chill and us just interact. First person I want to bring to the stage is a beautiful educator who has dedicated her life to saying yes, yes to our future. And currently, she's at PS 59. Let's give it up for Amimé. Okay, let me try that again. Let's give it up for Amimé, y'all. That's good, that's good, that's good. So, Amimé, you are amazing. Thank you for saying yes to our future. Why did you say yes to being an educator?
That is a great question. Good evening, everyone. What I was saying before is I didn't really say yes to it. It said yes to me very, very early. So as a youngster, I always wanted to add something to someone, something to make it better, to make somebody else happy. And so that's where it started, 8, 9, 10 years old, and then I ended up where I am now, and I am absolutely ecstatic that I chose that choice, that I decided to become an educator, and I listened to that call. It was a call. I didn't have a choice.
And that's powerful. So it was a call, you didn't have a choice, you were placed in a position at 8, 9, 10 years old. Powerful. Another question for you. In saying yes, how has being an educator changed your life?
An educational representative has to be very patient, and I think that I gained a lot of patience, a lot of poise. You know, children are very, very fragile. I don't know if you know this, but they require a lot of all of the adults in their lives. And so, you know, I'm not a parent yet, but that nurturing, that motherly instinct, that thing kicked in early. So my patience went up, my humor went up, not sweating the small things went up. You know, when you have, and I'm a guidance counselor, by the way, so, you know, I'm doing the guidance thing, the education thing, so, you know, a million fires to put out, this one with themselves is a lot to be able to manage in one day, so multitasking also went up. So that changed me in a way where I respond to my peers differently, my community differently. You know, I look at every child as someone who is put here to lead us. Every single child, every single one of them, whether I teach them, whether I know them, if I see them walking on the street, every single child now has a standard to uphold, period.
I love that. So the standard to uphold, like we uphold the standard to be quiet, is a very important thing as an educator. And in showing up and be present. So in thinking about as an educator, as a guidance counselor, what's one of your most proudest moments?
Honestly, so I challenge my students to manage expectations in a mature fashion, and manifestation is one of those things that I challenge my students to utilize. So my most proud moment was my very first vision boarding party with a group of third grade girls who, you know, 2 of them parents are incarcerated, 5 of them live in a very, very, very meager upbringing, and they were able to see themselves 20, 30 years from that moment, and that's really, really hard when your day-to-day may change. You know, none of those circumstances remain the same. And so the idea that I got an 8-year-old who can see herself at 28 as that lawyer with her car and her ambitious lifestyle, that is, to me, one of my most proud moments, period.
Thank you, thank you. And my last question, we're at 2. 1, how can the people in this room make an impact to the future of tomorrow? Today.
I think that everyone in this room, number 1, making sure that the community you live in, you take care of. Because our children are watching. They're watching who takes care of what, who cleans what, who thinks that this area is important. So whatever community you live in, make sure you take care of that community. I think that our children, many of the children that I work with are in a constant, perpetual state of shock, right? So many of my children don't think that, you know, speaking to an adult will have any effect. Maybe they're invisible. So speaking is just so simple. A good morning. While you're seeing a child go to school, good morning, have a good day. Do your best today. That's the message that I'm sure they're hearing in school, and that maybe they're hearing at home, but that extra step on the way to school from a complete stranger that believes in them, that's it. That's it.
Thank you for that. And then finally, what do you do outside of making magic happen as an educator and guidance counselor? What do you do outside of PS59, and how can we find you?
Okay, that's a great question. So, I am an independent jewelry consultant for Tracy Lynn Fashion Jewelry. I am a freelance costume designer and stylist, wardrobe stylist for film, television, etc., etc. You can find me on the gram at Amimé. That's AIMEAHMAY. The first is how you spell it. The second is how you say it on Instagram.
Bars! She just lit up the stage. Let's give it up for Amimé, who just gave us and graced us. Thank you so very much. Much appreciated. Y'all gotta go a little louder for me right now for the educators. And that right there was just a taste of what's to come. We got 3 more, and it's going to be so dope. So sip on something, have some conversations, and I'll be back. Don't worry. Be patient.